This video will be an update of the deep winter greenhouse and what we've been learning this winter in here. The last video was from the winter solstice, and right now it's the spring equinox. It's supposed to be the start of spring, but I think we got a ways to go around here. Originally, I had hoped we wouldn't have to do much additional heating in here, but the winter started early and we had very few days of sunshine to begin with. We were in full-blown winter by the 1st of November and needed to start heating right away if we wanted to keep growing anything like the tomato plants that we took out from the garden in the fall. The main problem is we just weren't getting enough sunny days. For all of November and December, we only got 8 sunny days total, and that just wasn't enough solar gain to make much difference. By the time Christmas came around, I was concerned we weren't going to have enough firewood, especially if this winter was going to be as long as it was last year. Last year was an extra long winter, and this was starting to look like it might be the same deal. So at that time, I decided not to build any more fires down here in the boiler and just see what happens just with the sunlight, whatever we did get, and see if that would keep things warm enough to grow. So I haven't had a fire in here since Christmas. And this is what we have left of our firewood today. And I still think we probably got a good month of winter ahead yet. And looking at the 14-day forecast, there isn't no big warm-up coming. And right now for March here, we're about 20 to 30 degrees below average. So I'm glad that we conserved firewood without heating the greenhouse through the biggest part of winter. So what happened in the deepest part of winter in here without any additional heat? Well, it never got down to freezing. It came close one morning I came in here. It was about 36 degrees, and that was about the coldest I seen that it got. But it did warm up a little bit during the day, maybe into the 40s. And if a sunny day did come, it would heat it up to maybe 75 degrees. And if you had maybe 2 sunny days in a row, it would heat it up to maybe 85 degrees and even 90. But it never got cold enough in here to freeze. The tomato plants that we had transplanted from our garden in here, it did damage them a little bit. It didn't quite kill them, but it damaged them a little bit. Many of the leaves have died on these tomato plants and many are wilted, but there's still tomatoes growing on them and they're even ripening up yet. We got about 3 ripe tomatoes on here and some are turning orange, but they never really killed them. So they're still growing, and we put them in there last fall. I did plant a potato in between them. It's still growing a little bit. It'll probably grow better now that the tomatoes have down a little bit. There's more room for the potato plant to grow. And I planted a few carrots over here. They're growing over here kind of slowly. Looks like I got some grass growing in here too. So we decided if we were going to try to grow anything in the greenhouse this winter, it would have to be a plant suitable for cold weather. So in this grow bed right here, we planted some arugula, or arugula. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but it seems to be growing pretty good. I planted this about a week ago. It looks like it's kind of dry right now. Looks like I need to water it. That's just some kind of weed right there. But it's a lot warmer in here now than compared to January. Right now, what do we got? We got about 75 degrees in here right now. And if it stays sunny in here like it is right now, sun's shining in pretty strongly, it'll probably get to 85, 90 degrees in here. What did we learn? We learned that we're definitely going to need additional heat in here over than what the sun can provide if we want to grow anything in here over the deepest part of winter. So that means more firewood. We'll probably have to plan for at least 3 or 4 months of heating in here, I think. Of course, it depends on the winter. Those extended days of cloudiness is what the problem is, because even if it's 30 below outside, and if it's a sunny day, it still can heat it up to 80 degrees in here. Like I said before, I don't think I'll freeze in here, but 36 or 46 degrees isn't enough to grow anything. It'll keep it from maybe from dying, but You need at least 65 or 70 degrees for part of the day if you want something to grow, and maybe no lower than 40 degrees to keep everything safe and healthy. So additional heat is going to be necessary. But I am amazed that those tomato plants that we transplanted from the outdoor garden to in here last fall have made it this long. We started them from seeds way last spring, probably about 11 months ago, and they're still alive and they're still producing some tomatoes. They're not in the most terrific shape, but they're still alive. So I hope this video is informative if you've been looking into deep water greenhouses and what to expect or what to plan for. We weren't quite sure what to expect over the deepest part of winter, how much sunlight or how much heat it was going to take, but we're learning, and so thanks for watching.